Hey folks, Brendan here from Bluelight. Now, if you're in the police recruitment process or you're thinking about joining the police, I've got one message for you in this video. Stop using the competency and values framework for policing from the College of Policing to try and work out how to answer the questions that you're going to get at your interview. Now, where's this coming from? Well, today I've just done a one-to-one coaching session with someone who's preparing for their final interview. One of the questions asked, which is a perfectly reasonable and normal question and a regular type of question that you're going to get asked, is what sort of values do you believe are important to police officers? And he really struggled. He started off by saying, well, impartiality is one of them, and then there's integrity, and there's one about public service. Oh, I can't remember what the last one is. No, can't remember. All he was doing was trying to remember the 4 values which are in the competency and values framework. There's absolutely zero original thought from him. Nothing other than a memory test of the 4 values: impartiality, integrity, public service, and transparency. Now, this isn't what they want at the interview. This, I can promise you this is absolutely not what they want. So we discussed this after, and we talked about values that are really important to police officers. The sort of values which he's witnessed them espouse, because actually one of the police officers in the constabulary wants to join as a relative of his, and he could talk eloquently with passion about the sort of kindness that this individual demonstrates to those people who are the most vulnerable in society. And then we talked about compassion and what you can do to help support those individuals who are really struggling at the lowest ebb of their life, probably a lot of the sort of people that you're going to arrest in the future. So we really built on that and formed a really, really strong answer. It's not a memory test. But then he fell into another trap, because then I asked a question which related to impartiality, so a time when he's had to deal with a conflict type situation where there's been a disagreement among others, or a disagreement with him, and how did he manage it? He'd so prepared for this question. He talked about how he described the problem, and then talked about how he's going to take into account individual needs and requirements in his actions. And he wanted to treat everyone fairly, because treating people fairly doesn't mean treating everyone the same. And he felt it was really important that in the discussions he had, he gave everyone an equal opportunity to express their views. And he wanted to make sure he communicated with everyone to ensure that everyone got an understanding of the message that he was trying to get out there. And he did his very best to value everyone's views and opinions by actively listening to them. And this enabled him to make a really fair and objective decision which everyone agreed with. Does that sound good? It might sound good, but actually all he was doing is pre-prepared an answer where he was just reading off the behaviours from the value of impartiality. Now he's going to fail. He's going to absolute fail if he does that. I used to be one of those interviewers. I used to speak with those interviewers who worked with me, deciding who's going to be able to join the constabulary that I was proud to serve. And the last thing we would ever say to each other is things like, I've just met this candidate. Do you know, they were absolutely awesome. They knew every one of the behaviours for each one of the values and the competencies in the CVF. Seriously, this individual is going to go places. They know the CVF inside and out. And do you know what else? They could actually explain what the Wheel of Confusion is actually all about. Said no interviewer, anytime, anywhen. What we used to say is, they'd walk out and I'd have my HR colleague with me, and I'd turn around and say things like, she really tried during that interview, didn't she? She gave her best. She was so honest, really open, because she got tongue-tied a few times and got her answers a bit muddled up, but we pulled her out of it. She's got what it takes. I can sense it in her heart. You know, some of the examples she gave, she really done some challenging and difficult things, and what I really liked was her focus on people. You know, I can really see her at 4 o'clock in the morning when it's all going pear-shaped on my team. I can really see her fitting in. Those are the sort of conversations they have. So folks, stop using the CVF. It's not going to help you. Be familiar with the sort of things that they're looking for. Collaborative working, taking responsibility for solving problems, reflecting on your past performance and doing something better and different next time, supporting people, making difficult decisions, challenging inappropriate behaviour, dealing with conflict situations, and a few more things. That's the sort of thing they're after. They're going to ask you a question based on things like that. What they don't want is a load of BS, because I can promise you they'll fail you for it. And I know there's books out there that say use phrases from the Competency and Values framework, but just check out the history of the individuals who've authored those books. How many of them actually had a warrant card in their pocket? I know who I'd much rather get the advice from. Anyway, folks, the advice I can give you is some of the best out there. I've been in the police sector now for 37 years. I joined in 1985. I served for 28 years in 3 different police forces, one of them abroad. I've been supporting and helping people to succeed in promotion boards and specialist interviews and through the recruitment process now for 28 years. I know what I'm doing. So come and join me. Come and join me on the weekly webinars where we practice for the reality of what they're actually looking for in your final interview, in your in-force interviews. Check the links below and come and join me. And if it doesn't work out, if you after 24 hours you're thinking this is not for me, just let me know. I'll give you a full refund. And if you fail and you've done all the work I've asked you to do, I'll give you a full refund. You've got nothing to lose. And how can I be so assured to give that kind of guarantee? Well, so few people pass. The ones that do the work pass. I'll show you the way. You've got to do the hard work. That's the deal, folks. Anyway, check the links below and please do subscribe and like and comment on this video. It helps YouTube decide that it must be something that's useful and push it out to others who are going to benefit from my guidance and advice, just like you will. I'll catch up with you soon, folks. I'll see you on one of the weekly webinars. Take care now.